Hello, BBN. Mark Pope was the guy on the Kentucky portal this year. Now there are two transfers that promise to be a big highlight for the team this year. Let's evaluate the news. Mark Pope's work at the helm of Kentucky basketball has been nothing short of exceptional, and his most recent move in the transfer market reinforces this perception even more. By bringing Mo Diabate and Denzel Aberdeen to Lexington, Pope not only strengthened the Wildcats roster, but also sent a clear message to the rest of the SEC. Kentucky is determined this year. These two names, both with rich histories within the conference, arrive as big highlights and promise to be key pieces on the team. But what makes this different? Mo Diabate, who has already proven his worth by facing Kentucky on 3 occasions last season, all victories against the Wildcats, now dons the blue and white with the mission of turning that rivalry into synergy. His physical presence and defensive versatility are qualities that stand out, but it is his mentality and maturity off the court that really caught Pope's attention. During his press conference, the coach was full of praise when talking about Diabate, highlighting his depth as a person and athlete. "This Mo Diabate man, I think he's a special person," Pope said, emphasizing that the player brings with him solid values, such as faith, family commitment, and a worldview that perfectly aligns with the culture that Kentucky seeks to build. Denzel Aberdeen arrives with a resume that includes a national title won with Florida in the 2024-25 season, where he played a key role in the defense that led the Gators to the championship. His experience in high-pressure games and his ability to impact games in decisive moments are attributes that promise to make him an indispensable part of Pope's system. Additionally, his warm personality and genuine connection with those around him, something Pope highlighted when mentioning his encounters with Aberdeen's military family, reinforce the fact that he is not only a talented basketball player, but also an individual who elevates the environment around him. Together, Diabate and Aberdeen represent much more than just technical reinforcements. They symbolize Pope's strategic vision for the future of the program. Both have an intimate knowledge of the SEC, its intricacies and challenges, which makes them extremely valuable in a scenario where familiarity with the opponent is essential. They bring with them a combined 75 games played against conference teams, accumulating lessons and experience that few players can match. As Pope pointed out, SEC guys know the league, they know the physicality, and they know that the flow and the venues will be familiar to them. That advantage could be crucial in a season that promises to be just as competitive as the last. In addition, it is impossible to ignore the emotional and cultural impact that these two additions bring to the program. Kentucky has always been known for attracting top-tier talent, but Pope is raising the bar by seeking not only exceptional players, but also individuals who can contribute to the legacy off the court. Diabate's ability to reflect on his life, family, and faith with openness has deeply impressed the coach, while Aberdeen's humility and community spirit demonstrate that he is ready to embrace the greatness of being a Wildcat. With these two transfers, Pope has not only strengthened the roster, but also reaffirmed Kentucky's position as an irresistible destination for players who want to compete at the highest level. Diabate and Aberdeen have the potential to become key players on a team that exudes tradition and excellence. Their impact will be felt both on the court, where their skills complement Pope's style of play, and off the court, where their values will help shape the team's identity. Kentucky fans are eagerly awaiting to see how these two seasoned veterans will adapt to the Wildcats' unique style of basketball. But one thing is for sure, Mark Pope's work is being noticed not only in Lexington, but across the country. He is building something special, and BBN has been admiring it. The Wildcats are not only gearing up for another competitive season, they're also raising the bar for the sport by scheduling a preseason scrimmage against Purdue, one of the nation's powerhouses, in October at iconic Rupp Arena. The decision may seem bold, even foolhardy to some, but it's exactly the kind of challenge that defines Pope's philosophy. Face the best to grow even more. When asked about the matchup during a press conference, Pope couldn't help but laugh as he joked about the audacity of putting a team ranked among the top 5 in the country on the exhibition schedule. "Wait, what? Who scheduled that?" he said, with a mix of feigned surprise and genuine excitement. But behind the joke is a seriousness that reflects his passion for college basketball and his desire to provide his players with experiences that go beyond the basics. While many programs prefer to face less intimidating teams in their early preseason games, Pope sees the value in facing elite opponents early on. For him, it's not just about winning or losing. It's about creating opportunities for growth. This is going to sound awful and reckless, but I love playing against great teams all the time. I think it's really important, Pope said, emphasizing his belief that these games serve as laboratories to assess his team's progress. Against Purdue, the Wildcats will have a chance to test their strengths against one of the favorites for the national title before the stakes are even high. It's a unique opportunity to fine-tune strategies, identify weaknesses, and build confidence, in an environment where the cost of a setback is virtually non-existent. What's more, Pope sees benefits that go beyond the technical aspect. He knows that a game against Purdue will bring extra energy and motivation to the locker room. When players know they're going to be facing a high-level opponent so early in the season, the sense of urgency increases. There will be no room for slacking off or complacency in practice, because the challenge will be waiting just after the October rooster crows. If we're not prepared, we're going to get punched in the mouth before Halloween, Pope said with a smile, but without losing sight of the seriousness of the situation. This mentality of constant preparation is exactly the fuel a program like Kentucky needs to maintain its position among the best. For Pope, this is a way to give back to the passionate fans who fill the stands game after game. I'm really excited for BBN, that we get to come in here at the end of October and play the #1 team in the country. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about it for our fans, the coach said, noting that the atmosphere promises to be as vibrant as any major regular season event. Another thing that makes this matchup even more special is the presence of Matt Painter, Purdue's legendary coach. Pope was full of praise for his colleague, recognizing him as one of the best coaches in college basketball today. Matt Painter is incredible. What he's done at Purdue is just phenomenal, Pope said, referring to Painter's 5 Big Ten championships and Final Four wins over the course of his career. For Pope, facing a tactician of Painter's caliber is not only a challenge, but also an opportunity for learning and mutual respect. The sideline battle between the two coaches promises to be as fascinating as the game itself. But Pope doesn't plan to stop there. He revealed that he's working on adding another exhibition game to the schedule, reinforcing his commitment to making every moment of the season a meaningful experience. I'm excited about this for college basketball, he said, making it clear that his vision goes beyond the interests of Kentucky. He wants to contribute to the growth of the sport as a whole by creating events that inspire players, coaches, and fans. With the energy of BBN, the quality of opponents like Purdue, and Pope's visionary leadership, the future could be big for the Cats. Let me know what you think now.